Hold on, my neighbors are going crazy.
Hello everyone and welcome to the RPES Metcalf Media Showdown for round 3 of the Metcalf Media Off-Road Series. Tonight we get our first trophy on the line for the for the off-road season is what I meant to say. $15 will also go to the race winner, and $10 for second, and $5 for third. So $30 cash prize on the line for the podium finishers this evening. Of course, this is the first time that we've ever gone to the Lucas Oil off-road course here in Wheatland, Missouri. Only the second time that I've ever loaded up into a session at Wheatland, so definitely a new experience for me. I've heard from a lot of drivers that this is a very difficult racetrack, as we're going to see all night long. A lot of twists and turns, very technical racetrack, if you will. Of course, points are on the line here in Bloodline Sim Sports qualifying. Top 10 in qualifying right now. We're watching Hadley Boyce out there in the 994. This is their first hot lap here, lap 1 of qualifying. Top 10 in points. Top 10 get points here in qualifying. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and so on, just like NASCAR stage points. Have 2 laps here. No one has completed their first flying lap yet. As you can see, very slow section of the racetrack right there. I also have Stephen Metcalf joining us in the booth this evening. Yeah, that one section, I had to check if they were still, on a flying lap with how slow they slowed down. But Thad Countryman picking up right where he left off. Top of the charts for the third straight week, at least at the moment. Of course, Thad is yet to find victory lane in 2026. 2 second place finishes to his name. As Boyce here, going to go through the rhythm section one more time. Complete lap number 2 for Boyce. See what he has here at the line. Looks like he's just a tad bit slower there on lap 2. He'll stay second quickest. Thad Countryman still top of the charts here in Bloodline Sim Sports qualifying. So that was a newcomer there of Zachary Mitzler. I believe that's how you pronounce it. 11th quick. Joseph Groom also on the track there, driver out of Owasso, Michigan. Picked up his first career league win just a few weeks ago in a Night in America event, as qualifying now will come to a close. 13 of the 17 trucks in competition were able to complete their times. Thad Countryman, for the third straight week, tops the charts in Bloodline Sim Sports qualifying. Now we'll head into our starting lineup of Heat 1 by Right Rear Racing. So on the pole in the 437 will be Devin Ferguson. Driver out of Rapid City, South Dakota. Then Adam McAfee there. Batman in 18. We'll roll off on the outside of the front row out of Wisconsin. Then Brandon Forcade in the 43 out of Phoenix, Arizona. Then Thad Countryman, of course, second in the current standings, will start fourth this evening. Then fifth, Michael Boyd in 55. And sixth, Zachary Mitzler. Of course, like I said, the newest driver to the Metcalf Media Off-Road Series in the car 17 out of Wilmington, Illinois. And Joseph Groom out of Michigan rolls off 7th. 8th will be Dawson, Illinois' Matt Hinkle. And rolling off 9th will be Robert Puckett, the legend, out of Lavaca, Arkansas. This heat race is brought to you by Right Rear Racing, and be 5 laps to the distance. Rolling start, 4-car inverts. That is why Thad Countryman here will roll off from the 4th spot. With 17 trucks in competition, we will take all cars through, trucks through to tonight's Metcalf Media Showdown here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Well, Metcalf, are you ready for heat race number 1? See the iRacing pace truck there doing the bumps. I honestly think that might be one of my favorite parts of the off-road series, is seeing the iRacing pace truck go over the course as well. I would love to see what they could do against the Pro 4s.
I think the truck would win. Let's be honest here.
I mean, the iRacing pace truck seems pretty much indestructible. So
it doesn't break. It does. We see what it does. All right, well, we're like an action for Heat 1 here. I'm ready to see this. My first time seeing this in action.
Yep, Full Throttle Motorsports green flag is now out in heat race number 1 by Right Rear Racing. I could be wrong, but I believe the driver that kicked off the season with 2 wins, Brody Duscher, I don't think he's in competition this evening. At least I don't think I saw his name in qualifying. Could be wrong. Three wide there almost momentarily. Batman's going to be the odd man out there in 18. But he goes alongside Countryman. They all go over the jump. Like Superman, basically. That's going to be a corner. Might be see a flip later on this evening. Oh, we got a flip. We got one over. Yep, Michael Boyd on his side already in 55. Gets it back over, and he will continue to keep going. Oh, yeah, it seems like, yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon Forcade now, though, up in the race lead as we go through the treacherous, I guess it's slowest section of the racetrack I think we've seen all season.
Definitely will be the slowest section out of all the tracks that we see.
So we get to complete lap 1 of Right Rear Racing Heat 1. Forcade out front in 43. His best career finish with the off-road series is a 4th last year at Crandon. He's currently 3rd in the series standings. I just can't believe the amount of air they get through some of these jumps here at Lucas Oil.
that one right there. Watch and this one, like, what? And then the whoops, like right after it, bro.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, this is a pretty treacherous track, I would
Oh.
say. Like, I mean, he gets a contact there for the race lead. 4K has the inside, but he with the bump there, he slides out. Batman in the inside, but now, of course, 4K and Countryman have the inside advantage there on the second go around. We got a couple cars together at the back. I believe that's Metzler there in the 17.
Andrew Trucks.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I think I only did it once last week. The whole time that you weren't here. And of course, when you're back.
Of course, when I'm back, you struggle. Thad to the inside of 4K.
Yeah, now 4K going to have the inside here, but Countryman able to hold the inside line a little bit more. Might have the race lead, slides up, and he does. At least for the moment, he will have the race lead in 26. Countryman is yet to pick up a heat race win this season. Last week he had to come from the back half of the top 10 to finish on the podium at Firebird.
Oh my gosh, this track is crazy to watch. I'm sorry, chat, but wow.
But right now we've got Countryman, Adam there in second, and 4K Ferguson. That is your top four. They got kind of four truck breakaway from the rest of the field. Of course, Zachary was part of that five truck battle up front. But
there it is.
five truck battle up front, but of course he got contact there on the last turn. About a lap and a half remain here in Right Rear Racing Heat 1. Countryman now, he finally was able to break away from the rest of the field and starting to pull away in 26. Oh, we got big flip. Big flip from 4K. I honestly think we need to see a look. We need to see the replay of that one.
Oh my god.
Just really bad landing there from 4K. Rolls over quite a few times.
Wow, what a ride.
Still going though. Heck, last week
truck did a wheel stand.
Last week, I believe it's Carson Joyce rolled it over at Firebird, kept on going, and still finished inside the top 5.
How many rollovers did we have last week?
I think we only have one that I saw. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
The racing was insane though. I will say that. Firebird, at least to this point, favorite track on the season.
Wait, Crandon. With all these guys, all these main guys in here, Crandon's gonna be a show.
Especially with the land rush when we get to that point as well. And the championship will also be in the line. I feel like that's the perfect place to end the season. You see Batman there, he nearly went over. Very easy to roll the car over on the right side. We got the rhythm
Every
section
time I hear
there.
you say car.
Oh, that's. I just got done calling a sprint car race. Give me a break.
Hey, I know. I was watching.
But Countryman here going to come through the final couple corners, and he looks home free. Pick up the win here. His first of the season in Right Rear Racing Heat 1. He will be on the pole tonight for the Metcalf Media Showdown. Second is Batman there in second there. Third, Devin Ferguson. Fourth, Mitzler. He kind of lucked out there when 4K flipped over kind of viciously. Michael Boyd sixth, and then seventh is Joseph Groom. Eighth, 4 laps down, was the 52 of Matt Hinkle. See Joseph Groom still finishing out the heat race here in 11.
You didn't have to do the 6th and 7th. No.
No.
Oh, and then I did miss a driver. Robert Puckett did not start that heat race. He finished. He brings it home 9th in the 45. Now our starting lineup here for heat race number 2. On the evening by Hinkle Plasma Cutting, Tyler Bickford will go from pole out of California. Then I was mistaken. Brody Duscher is here this evening. He will start on the outside of the front row in 9:09. Of course, he's undefeated on the season to this point. Then Ethan Curran on the podium when we started the season at Wild West. We start third, fourth. Driver we rode along with in Bloodline Sim Sports qualifying, Hadley Boyce in the 994. Carson Joyce, we talked about him, flipped over last week, still in the top 5 in 5:15. 6th out of Elwood City, Pennsylvania, 15 of Matt Taylor. Then Scott Merrick in 310, driver that's experienced quite a bit of bad luck this season. And then Kevin Goodall rounds out the field in the 29. Well, here we go. Another 5 laps. Everyone will transfer through. What are you going to be watching for here in Heat 2, Stephen? Well, I guess he's not going to be watching for anything. So I guess we'll get an air call there. But we're about to go racing here. Tyler Bickford, great showing last week. Top 5 run for him at the Firebird Motorsports Park. We'll see if he's able to hold off, obviously, the point leader and 2-time winner this year, Duscher, outside the front row. Of course, Boyce and Curran, they're on the second row. They qualified faster than both of your front row runners, so this could be a great battle up front as Curran looking to make up for quite a bit of bad luck last week at Firebird. He's going to fall out of there quickly as now he's back in the hornet's nest nearly as Joyce was all over him in 5:15. Bickford and Duscher out front. Of course, these two drivers very familiar with one another. Race together with the short course and quite a bit in the late models, the dirt late models as well. Of course, both these drivers are winners on the year already in the league, as Bickford picked up a win in January, just the second race that we held in 2026 in the UMP Modifieds. So very diverse skill there out of Tyler Bickford in the 717. So now Duscher goes the inside in the Badger State Simworks 909, takes the lead momentarily, but Bickford crosses him back over. Lap 1 is complete and Duscher will lead it. Current still runs in the third spot in 54. So your top 2 drivers have split. Third is still Current. Fourth, Merrick. I believe he started, I want to say he started in the 7th spot in the 310. That works way up the 4th. Hopefully his internet is in check this evening. As last week I don't think it was due to the network issues, but before it was. You see Bickford. I think that jump finally bit him. I just landed a bit wrong there. Very easy to do, as we saw in Heat 1. As Kieran now makes a mistake. Very easy to make a mistake. As you see, corner cut there out of the 310. Now he's up the second. He's momentarily there in the Coast to Coast Sim Sports 310. So now it's Duscher up front. Duscher and Merrick, of course, had a great battle in heat race competition at Wild West to begin the season. Must have been big trouble for Boyce on the opening lap. Definitely must have rolled that one over, as he is nearly about to get lapped already. Of course, Boyce is 6th in series standings. Had a great run in the opening round at Wild West, 14th to 6th in that one for Hard Charger honors. 𝐿𝐿 out front, then Merrick. Bad landing for him. That allows 𝐿𝐿R to get inside, tries to get up on the berm. Merrick kind of squeezed him out. And Merrick will keep that spot for now. We go through the rhythm section, see if 𝐿𝐿R can get the inside. He's not able to. Tough physical racing here at the Lucas Oil Speedway Off-Road Edition. 𝐿𝐿R tries to put his nose in there once again. You can see the on Scott Merrick's car there, he has the Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions sponsorship. They will be putting on an event in 2 weeks at the Lima Land Motorsports Park. A few of our drivers will be racing that one. Be a non-points race for us, but it'll be Pro 2 trucks. They race 40 laps for the annual Truckers Tangle. Of course, Tyler Bickford, driver, that's running 4th in this one now. He finished runner-up in that event last year. Bickford runs 4th, and 5th is Carson Joyce. Both those drivers finished in the top 5 1 week ago at Firebird. As Joyce nearly gets into the grass there really before they got there. Matt Taylor 6th, and 7th is Kevin Goodall at the moment. 𝐿𝐿R, though, pretty dominant display here in the 909. Almost near a 4-second gap out front. As this vicious battle for second continues, as Merrick makes contact, now he's rolled over. Every single time he hit those tires, the tires will always win. And they just proved that right there. 𝐿𝐿R now out front, but second will now be 𝐿𝐿R as he solidifies himself in the runner-up spot. Bickford is 3rd. 4th is now Joyce. Of course, all these cars will transfer through, and this is our second and final heat of the evening. So after this, we'll have our warm-up session. We'll go directly into our 12-lap feature event. The trophy on the line here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Of course, 𝐿𝐿R now is on the final lap of this one. As Boyce now in the 994, of course, started up front. But he's now 7th as Kevin Goodall now has fallen off the pace a lap down. 𝐿𝐿R by himself in 2nd, Bickford 3rd, and Carson Joyce a little bit way behind, but as long as they don't make any big mistakes, which obviously with this racetrack, very easily to do, just Joyce hits those inside tires. We've seen how vicious those things are last time around. Scott Merrick, we believe, has dropped from connection issues, as now he has put a lap down and is out of the session, so he must have had a packet loss. But 𝐿𝐿R, 𝐿𝐿R, Bickford, Joyce, Taylor, Boyce, Merrick, and Goodall is your final rundown. For heat race number 2 by Hinkle Plasma Cutting. Of course, we're still waiting for a couple cars to finish this one out. Hadley Boyce is the last truck on the lead lap in this one.
I just wanted to let you know, Andrew, every time I hear car, I shake my head.
Like I said, I did good last week. Just it's not having it tonight. I'm going through
it. Going through all those cars.
After this, we'll go into the RPES shop warm-up session, scheduled for 5 minutes. And then we'll have our 12-lap Metcalf Media Showdown feature event. Of course, the top 3 will be getting paid $15 and a trophy to the winner. Second will be $10, and third will receive $5. As you see, clouds have descended over the Lucas Oil Speedway. course, Thad
Honestly,
Countryman. Oh,
go ahead.
I was going to say Thad Countryman, driver for Team Gold Esports. Going to be starting on the pole this evening, right alongside his championship rival, Brody Duscher, as those two will do battle once again here in the Metcalf Media Off-Road Series.
After watching those 2 heat races, I am so stoked to see how 12 laps go around this track.
My question is, how many are going to finish? Or on the lead lap? Let's put that.
How many are going to finish in general?
I mean, we've seen at least 2 or 3 trucks put themselves down as did not finish, basically, in each of the heat races, and those are only 5 laps. So I can't imagine what 12 laps is going to be like here. Obviously, this place is very exciting, though. Yeah.
Especially the whip section. I've noticed everybody's on the far right side of it. So if you're side by side, I don't think it's going to go well.
No, especially because, I mean, you're just bouncing around so much. I feel like it's so difficult to keep the rhythm as your truck goes through the bumps as well.
I mean, just like forward, the whoop section, I think this one's just a little more aggressive.
Yeah, and then you go right into a sharp, almost hairpin corner, then back into another one. It's just a very complex section.
I mean, it will show, you know, I mean, with that being on the pole, it will, like, in, you know, the top 5 being
Because I mentioned a couple of sponsors that we did not get to mention tonight yet. Third-party gaming White Flag. I did the admin box drivers meeting earlier this evening. Dirt Series Promotions Pit Lane. Of course, Stephen Metcalf and Metcalf Media for being the series presenting sponsor and event sponsor this evening. Royos Graphics Victory Lane. RPES Gaming Heat 4. Of course, we did not have one of those this evening. Shaggy TV B Main. Practice is brought to you by Sweet Tea Gang. Of course, Ty Dickinson not in competition this evening in 67. TJ Visuals Fastest Lap. And lastly, we did not do it in the... we did not do it because of the nature of off-road racing, but sponsor of the 4-wide salute that we do almost every event is Victory Fuel. Of course, Wednesday, 360 sprint cars go to Lernerville Speedway for the Silver Cup Triple 20s. We will have a replay of that event, as right now we do not have a broadcast, as I have to go do the race control for the Dirt Car Esports event on March 10th through the 12th. So I will do a broadcast replay of that event and post it to our YouTube channel later in the week. And then Thursday will be the Shamrock 100 live on the Buckeye Racing Network. And next Sunday will be 12 laps once again, but at the Bark River International Raceway for round 4 of 5 on the year for the Metcalf Media Off-Road Series. Now we got our starting grid for tonight's Metcalf Media Showdown here at the Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. Thad Countryman looking to pick up his first win on the season and get closer in points to the man that's starting alongside of him, Brody Duscher, in the 909. Of course, Duscher looking for his 3rd straight win to begin the season. Then we got Batman, Adam McAfee there in the 18. Ethan Curran, the New Zealander, in 54. Then Devin Ferguson, 437, starts 5th. 6th, out of California, Tyler Bickford in 717. Zachary Mitzler, out of Wilmington, Illinois, in 17. Then Carson Joyce in the 515. And starting 9th, Brandon Forcade in the 43. And out of the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, Matt Taylor in 15. Michael Boyd, 55, goes 11th. 12th, Hadley Boyce in the 994. Had some misfortune there in his heat race. Definitely keep your eyes on him to make his way up through the field. Joseph Groom starts 13th in 11. 14th, Scott Merrick in 310. 52, Matt Hinkle, 15th. 16th, Kevin Goodall. Then 17th be the 45 of Robert Puckett. About to get the Full Throttle Motorsports green flag here on the Metcalf Media Showdown. Of course, winner will receive $15 and a custom trophy from 618 Engraving and Design. 618 Engraving and Design, of course, Matt Taylor's company, who's in the field this evening. Make great trophies, so if you're a league that's looking to get some prizes for your drivers, look no further than 618 Engraving and Design. At definitely affordable prices, and that's why I choose them every single time for my trophies. Countryman and Doucher lead us to the green flag out of, I don't know, a corner. As we go down the front straightaway here, green flag is out for the third time this season as the trucks rumble into turn 1. Doucher, the early advantage there in the Badger State SimWorks 909. Ethan Curran to the inside momentarily. Countryman trying to edge him out as he does not want to lose any spots in the early going. Of course, Countryman fell back early last week, and that might have cost him a chance at the race win, as I fell back too fast, too early. Now Thurin going to go off the racetrack in 54. Go way off the track and lose wholesale ground. We got many cars, many trucks flipping. We got Groom, Goodall, and Hinkle all flipping. Massive crash. If I've ever seen a caution in off-road racing, that's one of them. Now I've got Devin Ferguson in the catch fence. He's gonna have to back out of that one in the 437. What a start here at Wheatland. Massive carnage. Or I guess, Steven, do you think I should call it truckage? But two trucks still remain out front. That's Doucher and Countryman as they continue their duel for the race lead. Doucher still remains out lead. Obviously, very easy to make a mistake in that corner. We've seen multiple trucks involved in that opening lap incident. And see, only 12 trucks are even out there right now. Make that actually 11. I see Scott Merrick. He looks like he's had connection issues once again. He's definitely got to call the internet company, see what's going on there. Doucher still leads there out front, and Countryman close behind. And got Batman there in third, McAfee, and Bickford running in fourth, just as he did 1 week ago at Firebird. Carson Joyce then rounds out the top 5 in 5:15. So similar top 5 runners than we saw last week. Countryman did peek his nose there, and he will do once again. I feel like he's been the inside of that corner about every single time. Just not able to do it. Doucher just able to get a little bit more momentum off the corner. So head back down the hill. Neither one of them have really made any mistakes at this point, which Seems like that's what it's going to be. Whoever makes a mistake first. I would not count 18 out of this one yet, though. He is staying right with your race leaders. His lap times are nearly identical, as 𝐎𝐿𝐟 just continues to make Countryman go to the outside, which obviously inside his preferred line. That's exactly what you need to do. As they complete lap 3, still 9 circuits around Lucas Oil Speedway yet. Countryman to the inside once again. He's going to cross him over, see if he can get to the inside there. 𝐎𝐿𝐟 is able to cut him off this time. Shuts the door on him. Maybe Countryman, this is kind of his plan, to back off here and see if he can get a better run at it, as it does not seem like this is where he's going to be able to make the pass. Could just be trying to pressure him enough to force 𝐎𝐿𝐟 into a mistake. Once again, as we spoke last lap, McAfee still, he was about 4/10 faster. The last lap is now Countryman almost gets put into the tire there. So he's going to definitely lose some ground on the 909. Bickford still runs fourth all by himself. Then you got Boyce now. I believe he started 12th. He is now up to 6th in the 994. And Mitzler now slips back to 7th in the 17. Michael Boyd runs 8th. 9th is Matt Taylor. And rounding out your top 10 is Devin Fergus, who we saw involved in an incident on lap 1. Still 𝐎𝐿𝐟 out front in the race lead. Of course, 𝐎𝐿𝐟 has an 11-point lead currently in the standings. Obviously, he's undefeated on the season. He's won a heat race each week as well. Tough break for Brandon Fourcade, as he's out of the race in 16th. He was 3rd, 33 markers back in the standings coming into tonight's action, so that is definitely going to set him back in his chase for the championship. It is very clearly becoming a 2-horse race in the Metcalf Media Off-Road Series in 2026, and it's between your top 2 runners right now, and they stand in the standings directly as they are running. Bickford should move up to 3rd in the series standings, as now he is running in 4th currently. They're in the 7:17. Of course, he is quite a ways back from McAfee, but he is also kind of just in no man's land by himself, about 5 seconds back from 3rd and about 3 seconds ahead of 5th, which obviously has no pressure on him, as obviously Countryman putting all the pressure he can on 𝐎𝐿𝐟 out front, trying to force him into a mistake. Has not been successful in that yet, but very easy to make a mistake, as he does make quite a little bit of a mistake there. Countryman able to get to the inside. This is probably the best shot that he's had to this point. 𝐎𝐿𝐟's going to shut the door, get his elbows out, and he will reclaim the lead without much of a fight from Countryman. This battle continuing to keep Batman in the fight, just not able to reel him in enough to be able to really throw their hat into the ring, per se. Boyce now has worked up to 5th, as Ethan Curran must have had something happen to him. Oh no, actually a correction. Carson Joyce looks like he is now out of the session, either connection issue or it looks like he got a DQ. So he must have done something iRacing did not like, I guess, or he has severe damage. One of the two. My guess would be maybe he somehow ended up going backwards on the racetrack, but I don't know how that possibly could happen. But we've seen a lot of things happen. Oh, he says in the chat that he got a DQ earlier in the event. 𝐿𝐿 still out front in the 909. 26 Countryman still chases him down in the closing laps. Does not appear that there is many other battles happening on the racetrack. Boyce now, though, is making it closer for fourth as he continues his trek towards the front from the 12th starting position. Definitely you're a hard charger on the evening if it continues to go this way. 𝐿𝐿, though, definitely must have been a mistake from Countryman, as now he's fallen quite a ways back, nearly into the grasp of Batman. As now we'll see if 𝐒𝐿𝐿 is able to do anything with Countryman. 𝐿𝐿, though, minus maybe a big mistake here towards the end. Looks like he might be home free. Of course, he has lap traffic to contend with up there with Joseph Groom in 11. Groom currently your 11th place car. Bickford still runs fourth. Boyce right behind him as he continues his chase up the grid. Now, Countryman, though, has now cut back into the advantage. Under 2 seconds, the gap now, as we have 3 laps remaining here in the Metcalf Media Showdown. Of course, your top 3 are the paid positions this evening. Pretty solidified in that aspect, as Bickford and Boyce are about to do battle some near 6 seconds behind your top 3. See Groom there, he was backwards there in the corner. Able to get going though, unscathed. 𝐿𝐿 still out front, able to pull away just by a tad. But it's getting closer out front. Countryman may run out of time. Boyce is thought maybe we were going to get a battle here earlier, but just Boyce not able to reel in Bickford as much as he would have liked. I feel like Bickford got up on the wheel when he saw Boyce in the mirror. He's starting to really hit his marks now. I mean, this has been a war of attrition, at least for the season, as we've seen quite a bit of trucks out of the race. And this one, only 12 are still actually running on the racetrack at the moment. As you can see, even the race leader there, 𝐿𝐿, got quite a bit of right side damage on the 909. Countryman continues to try to reel in your race leader as we gonna get the Third Party Gaming white flag as we come down the front straight. We're about to have a battle here for your fourth spot. Boyce now nearly all over Bickford as they go into turn one. Boyce now on the inside. He's gonna get outside positioning here. He tries to cross it over. Trying to stick his nose in inside of Bickford. Not able to get the run that he needs off the corner. Side by sides are gonna go into the big jump. Dusher still leads out front. Bickford going to slide up. Boyce now going to the inside in 994. Side by side as they go over another jump. Inside position goes to Boyce. Bickford with the outside drive though. If Boyce can get to the inside, he might have a chance here, and he does. Still side by side for fourth. Bickford back to the front and takes the inside positioning. Boyce tries to cross him over. We'll try to do it once again. Great battle here for your fourth spot. Meanwhile, Brody Dusher just took the race win for the third straight week in the 909. Countryman comes home second. Third is Batman. And holding on will be Tyler Bickford in fourth. Fifth is Boyce Mitzler now in the sixth spot. He's going to look to hold off the 55 of Michael Boyd as they round the final corner. It looks like he will do so. So it's going to be Mitzler 6th, 7th Boyd. Ferguson now comes around in 8th. 9th is Matt Taylor. And 10th looks like it's going to be Joseph Groom as he goes off the track there in 11. And Ethan Curran will finish 11th in the 54 from the pit lane. As we see a couple trucks here cutting through the infield to make it back to the front straight for the photo. And we're going to get a word with those three in a few moments. All right, we'll see who is in the broadcast waiting room. Looks like we do have a race winner. Brody Dusher already in there, so I will interview them first. Hey Brody, obviously picked up your third straight win on the season. Pretty much unstoppable right now.
Yeah, no, that was another really, really great race. I knew that track was gonna be hard for a lot of people, and even me. Like that was a rough race for sure. Qualifying kind of sucked, but able to once we're able to win the heat and then start in the front, I knew if I could just stay consistent, stay out front, me and Thad would be able to have a good race up front, and then that it got really, really hairy there with that lap car wrecking right in front of us.
Yeah, I saw that.
I felt him when I hit him right in my right front. I thought I broke my right front off, but um, I didn't, and obviously sucks for Thad because he got caught up in that. And then from there, I was able to just try to just save my car to the end so I don't break it because that track is really, really hard and hard on
Yeah.
equipment. So
I mean, we saw I think 4 trucks flip in the first lap, which is something you don't really see anywhere else.
yeah, no, that was really violent. That was a crazy race. But I'm really happy to keep the momentum going. 3 in a row, that's pretty awesome. I didn't think I'd be able to do that, but I'm really, really, really proud of what we're able to do here, and had a bad run in nationals, so I guess this makes up for last week. So, but yeah, I just gotta give a huge shout out to everybody at Badger State, Peyton, Bickford, Zachary ran with us tonight. You, Steven, obviously for putting the series on, you for broadcasting, Parker, Carson, all those guys. everybody else, anybody who helps me, I just gotta give a huge shout out to everybody else.
Obviously, sitting great in points. Still got 2 races left, but you've done everything you had to do to this point. Obviously look to keep it up next week when we go to Bark River.
Yeah, definitely exciting. We'll see what we can do next week. I appreciate it.
Well, congrats on the win, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, that was your race winner for the 3rd straight week. Definitely has not been easy. Obviously, looks pretty dominant, but Countryman and company have been all over him every single week. Next, we're going to war with Thad Countryman, your runner-up. Hey, Thad, how you doing?
Not so bad. Race could have went a little better.
Yeah, you just kind of got the bad end of the stick there with that lap car incident. Obviously, we're all over him all race. Just Duscher just never really made a mistake.
Yeah, I felt like I had a lot of pace. I felt like I was kind of pushing him around the corners the whole time, and I was able to get to his inside a few times, but not really make it stick. And then, yeah, the lapper was kind of just rolled over there at a bad spot. He was able to get around him, and I was kind of just stuck for a moment. I did gain a bunch of time back, but probably needed a couple more laps. But overall, it was a pretty fun race. Track's really tough.
Yeah, very, very challenging racetrack. Definitely not for the faint of heart, but still second for the 3rd straight week. It sucks to finish second to Brody once again.
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty confident going into Bark River, especially Crandon. Qualifying at Bark River can be kind of rough just because of the random incident points you get at that track. But yeah, I feel like my pace there is pretty good, so I guess we'll just see what happens next week.
Yeah, obviously, we know from experience 2 of your better racetracks should definitely come down to the final race between you and Brody. Should be exciting to watch.
Yep, for sure.
Is there anyone you want to thank before I let you go?
All the guys at Team Gold Esports, Adam and Brandon and Devin for running this. It's been a lot of fun just practicing with them and you guys putting on a good broadcast. Fun. Thank you.
I appreciate it, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, sounds good.
Your driver at second place for the 3rd straight week, Thad Countryman. Obviously, a little bit of frustration and just disappointment a little bit for him just because he's just not been able to click off a win yet. Obviously has the speed. Last, we're going to work with Batman himself, Adam McAfee in the 18. Hey, Adam, how you doing?
Good. Yourself?
Good. Obviously, good run tonight, finishing 3rd. Felt like for a while, if those guys battled enough up front, he might have been able to sneak in there. Just wasn't enough to be able to get up to the top 2.
Yeah, it was rough. That track can be very nice and very mean at the same time. If a lot happens in a blink of an eye, I don't think I know I didn't have pace to keep up with those guys, but once we kind of cleared out after all the craziness in the beginning, I just kind of sat back and was happy with a 3rd.
Yeah, I couldn't believe when I saw 4 separate trucks flip upside down in that corner. I knew it was going to be happening at some point, just because that track, even just from watching qualifying, looked just brutal, very physical, I would say.
Yeah, you're never not praying on any given lap here. It's the hardest off-road track I think I've driven, because like I said, you can a flyaway, you land weird, you're done. You don't hit the whoops right, you're facing the opposite direction.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a lot of experience, it's very difficult to get around the track. Obviously, your best finish so far of season 4 tonight was a 7th, so you'll definitely take it, and especially just to survive.
Yep, super happy. I'll take P3.
That should, I believe you. I think you might be 4th in points now, as a 4K had a tough night in the 43. So that should put you at a decent spot to definitely battle for a top 3 in the final standings come the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking. I think I have a lot better pace. Park River and Crandon track, I'm definitely more used to and have more laps on. So it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out the last couple of weeks.
Well, is there anyone you want to thank before I let you go?
Huge shout out Team Gold Esports, Brandon and Thad for running this and all the practice laps we put in together, and then you guys for the broadcast. It's been a ton of fun this season.
Well, we appreciate it. Glad everyone's enjoying it so much. Trying our best, put on the best show, and we'll see you next Sunday.
All right, thank you.
All right, that is going to about do it here for the Metcalf Media Showdown at Lucas Oil Speedway. This has been the inaugural visit. Of course, Brody Duscher picks up the win once again for the third straight week. Great challenges there all race long. Of course, Brody going to get a trophy for the second time this season. Of course, he got one with the winter heat in the dirt late models earlier in the season, early in the year in January. We'll be live next on Thursday, the Buckeye Racing Network. We'll have the Shamrock 100 at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be live next Sunday with the Bark River International Raceway, the Great Lakes Shootout. 12 laps for round 4 of the Metcalf Media Off-Road Series.